10 months ago, I have no audience. I went from 0 to 15,000 followers on X. That brought me my first user for my SaaS, almost $1,000 in creator revenue, and even some paid collaboration. In this video, I will show you exactly how I did it, my full strategy, so you can replicate it and grow on X fast too. Let's get into it. When I start posting on X, I have zero traction, no blue mark, no connection, no secret growth hacks. So just me posting my journey, like building SaaS and also learning how to post on X. First weeks, brutal, zero engagement, and that's normal. It's where most of the people quit. Lesson 1. Your bio is your biggest hook. My bio could say an indie hacker building SaaS. But let's be real, how many indie hackers there are out there? So instead, I lean into my story. Just a dive instructor who learned to code. That line made people remember me. Because people don't always remember your name, but for sure, they will remember your history. So the school instructor who learned to code, that guy that shipped 23 SaaS in 1 year. So ask yourself, what makes your history different from the others? Lesson 2. You don't need to be verified to grow on X. I grew almost 5,000 followers without being premium. I just upgraded later to unlock monetization. You need 500 premium followers and 5 million of impressions in the last 3 months to unlock monetization. Pro tip. If you don't want to get verified, you can check your followers with this script that I share here on this video. Point is, you don't need the blue mark to grow on X, you need consistency. Lesson 3. Consistency compounds. Early on, I post every single day. Even when I was traveling, I scheduled at least one post. Some days I feel like I was doing that pointless, but that's exactly how the momentum builds, slow and silently. So just post every single day, at least 2 or 3 times if you want to grow on X. Lesson 4. Don't just post, engage. Posting is half the game. The other half is engagement. I reply to other creators. I always reply to replies on my posts. And this is the trick. If you want more engagement, you need to reply other posts and your own posts. Be the reply guy. This visibility follows engagement. Lesson 5. Sell by sharing, not spamming. Don't post, I built this app, here's the link, because no one cares. Just post why you built it, what's the problem that you try to solve. Also, if you just share the name of the app or a link, you will be banned on the communities. And this is very important part of your growth in X communities. You should post at least once on the communities per day to boost your growth on X. My favorite community on X is a startup community, so don't wait too long to join. Now let's dip into creating content that people actually want to read. When I start posting, I overthought everything. I spent 30 minutes in one post and it would flop or no. And then when I post something random, in 10 seconds, maybe boom, went viral. So I stopped overthinking and I just post my ideas, my journey, my fails, whatever was going on with my SaaS. Also questions that I need some answer, and memes. Yes, memes work. So actually my first viral post was a meme, so they are not overrated at all. But always I try to be short, punchy and motivate people as well, because if you write some very long or intense posts, nobody's gonna read it unless they are like very worthy or they have a lot of content in there, as ones that I post when I was launching my SaaS everywhere and everybody was curious about all these launching platforms. And all this mix of content feels like me, and at the end you will find your style, just mixing all the content and all the histories that are happening to you every day. You need to hook fast. Your first line is everything. You can have the best history, but if you are boring, nobody wants to read that. My rule: make your first line impossible to ignore. always short, punchy, and direct. Example, follow my journey as I build apps. Okay, this is like quite common. But for example, I share building apps, getting traffic, failing repeatedly until something works. I use that when I share my newsletter for the first time, and many people subscribe at the beginning because it was a little bit different than the other one. The wildest history that happened to me on X in 10 months was my account got hacked. That was completely a nightmare because the hacker went into my account, changed my password and email, and enabled 2FA, so I couldn't get it in my account. Even I could reset at the end email and password. So I spent 1 week trying to contact everywhere on X, on forums, on even I create a new account, a new premium account to contact X via DM. And at the end, I remember the community. I was about 8,000 or 9,000 followers back then. So with my new account, I start reaching everybody on my community, and they start reposting my tweets and just tagging X head product. And I just decide to DM him because I say why not, and he replied me in under 1 hour and sent me a recovery link, and I got my account back. So that's where the only 5 days that I didn't post in 10 months. And just what I learned from this is that you need to enable the 2FA in case you haven't done it yet. And I was scared because I didn't post in 5 days, so I thought like my reach will just drop maybe after that. But I decided to push myself, and because I was quite close to 10,000 Ks, I was posting like a really short, punchy content. And also, I remember one tweet that I say like, I will pay a VR if I don't reach 10,000 K in 1 week, and got viral and just made me grow to 10,000 followers. And on that day also, I got, I think, I got almost 240 replies because I reply every single comment that say congrats on my 10Ks. So just turn every single fail into a momentum. Don't give up whatever happened to you. By the way, I just created a small playbook, so if you want to go deeper in all these tricks and find viral examples that you can replicate to take this more seriously and grow from 0 to 15,000 followers in less than 1 year, feel free to check the link in the description. I want to share my most important growth tricks and hacks that help me to grow, and I just learned it on the hard way. So the first one is that don't use real app's name or links on your post. Just share it on the first comment because that just kills the reach. So you can say my SaaS or my project, and then on the comments you can share your link always, and you have more chance to get viral. Leverage communities. As I say at the beginning, it's quite important to post in the communities because you have zero audience, but on the communities maybe they have like thousands or even 100,000 members. So your reach could increase a lot if you post on the communities. But always, as I say, like post quality content and don't spam with your links. Be the reply guy. At the beginning, always what is helping you is just comment on the other post, especially before you post, and also reply every single comment on your post because you create that engagement and you also connect with other followers, users, and it's also very nice because you can help each other. Replicate viral tweets in your niche. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If you see something is going viral, you can replicate it, and that's is helping me as well a lot to grow, not just on X but also in other social media. Like if something is going well, why you just don't use it and adapt it to yourself or your SaaS. Consistency over perfection. So as I say, post every single day. Even you don't want to, even you don't feel to, even you are not inspired, just post every single day. hook with curiosity, no hype. As I say, the first line is everything, so just make people don't want to scroll down and they want to read your history. Don't worry if your English is not perfect, neither is mine, but just don't be afraid about creating video content, or don't be afraid of recording yourself, because that made me grow much way faster and engage more with other people, because they see your face and they see you talking, and they feel related to you. So lastly, I want to go through my profile, and as you see, I have right now on 12th of November 15,200 followers, and I want to show you my analytics. So let's go into it. I will show you 1 year, and as you say, I start posting on the 22nd of December of last year, and as you see, I heard cricket for the first 4 months, like January, February, March, and until the end of April. I didn't see my post going viral. Actually, it was a meme, as I say, and it was in building public community. There was this meme. I couldn't find the tweet, so here we go. And somehow they hide my post after 5 or 6 million of impressions, and then you see, like I got a little bit more views, but nothing crazy. And until July, almost July, when I told you, like I pay for the blue mark because like few posts went viral, is when I was launching SaaS, and I was posting everywhere, and launching everywhere. So I share all these launching platforms, how they were working, and my experience there. Also, I have a lot of nice photos when I was working as a school instructor in Palau and building on my free time. So most of the posts went viral, as you see here. They have few from Thailand as well, but and few new ones, but mostly they were in there when got crazy, and I got over 3,000 followers actually in 1 or 2 days. Like, was like the craziest thing that ever happened to me. And in here, as you see, is what I told you about replies. Like, I've been replying a lot. Even when I have a lot of followers already, I've been replying, because I like to reply when people interact with my posts, and it's the way to grow your accent and to grow. So yeah, I have this day like with 240 replies, because I reached 10K. And then you see the follows over time, is what I told you. Like I have one day like 3,000 followers, and was crazy. And in here you see all my statistic, and I want to share, because the last 2 weeks has been crazy. I got like also like a lot of viral posts. My engagement rate like actually increased a lot, like it's 6%, which is crazy. Yesterday I shared a photo because it was 10% actually. I don't know if you're gonna believe me, because it's like now it's like gone, but I will share the screenshot anyway. Like 6% engagement rate, I think is quite good, and 3 million of impression in 2 weeks as well, almost 4 million, which 3 of them they were like just from this week. And yeah, the engagement rate is still like going down, but almost like 6%. And I want to show you monetization as well. So all the revenue that I got, but on this first payment, I don't know what they start on February, but I got paid on July when I was able to monetize, and there was like the best payment that I got 200 over 200 US dollars, and then the rest of them they were like a little bit less, but it's still like, I mean, that you got paid for just for posting. And you see this one with 40 days, that this week that I got hacked, so that's why I get less pay, which actually I didn't post for 5 days. So this revenue is like X is paying you every 2 weeks, in case you don't know. And I think on my next payment I will just cross $1,000 revenue, which is incredible. If I have to sum up everything I learned, own your unique history, be consistent, build community, not just an audience, sell by sharing, not spamming. Growth on X isn't about hacks or verification. It's about showing up, building trust, and sharing your journey. If you are posting right now and you feel like no one cares, keep going. Because one day that invisible work becomes the spark that changes everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your X handle below, and I will check few of you and give you some feedback.